Gold's Gym. Men, grown men with big dicks in the women's locker room. And that's why I'm getting kicked out. And I want to make sure the girls know. The fuck? Everybody saw that man in the fucking locker room. No one's saying shit. And I'm fucking done with it. It's fucking stupid. It's dangerous. Me naked in front of a man without my permission. I'm the one who gets kicked out the gym, y'all. I'm terminated for not wanting men in the locker room.
Okay, so that clip that I just played, that was the video that has been going major viral over the past couple of days of a female named Tish Hyman out there in Los Angeles. She was actually at a place called Gold's Gym. I made a YouTube shorts about it a couple of days ago, and I said LA Fitness, so I'm correcting myself. It was Gold's Gym in LA, and her name is Tish Hyman. She's a singer from New York. 42 years old. I believe she's a lesbian. She definitely has a very masculine demeanor. And I just want to go over this situation in a little bit more detail. And at this point, I am, kind of numb to the whole trans situation happening to women. I do care because I think it's wrong. But they vote for this en masse. Black women specifically vote for the Democrat Party at a clip of over 90%. Kamala Harris, 92%. This woman admitted she voted for Kamala. And also, we just had an election a couple of nights ago in Virginia and New Jersey. Black women voted for Mikey Sherrill in New Jersey at 96%. And they voted for Abigail Spanberger at about the same clip, well over 90%, maybe 94, 95%. Which is a sickness amongst black women. And this just so happens to be happening to a black woman. So I don't know what it's going to take to red pill black women. Black men are not too far behind. Black men voted double digits for Winsome Sears. I think black men did 14% for Winsome Sears. That means that they voted over 80% for Spanberger. So black men aren't a whole lot better, but at least we're moving in the right direction every election cycle. We're seeing double digit support for the Republicans most of the time. Trump got 25% of black men, which is a step in the right direction. So black women specifically are the most liberal voters in the country, which is really, really bizarre considering that black women are always talking about God this and God that and claim to be Christian. Well, the political party that y'all align yourself with goes out of their way to mock Christianity, to spit in the face of God, to push forth policy that goes against God's design. And she crashed out in her car. She had a few things to say, and I'm going to let you hear what she had to say in her car. How it's not okay. How she don't want no man in the bathroom. Whatever. But it doesn't matter when you are part of the demographic that votes for these policies more than anybody. You wouldn't have these policies if y'all voted the right way.
Now, I'm not telling anybody to be Republican or Democrat or anything, because I'm neither. I'm just a woman who's standing up for women's rights. And I don't give a fuck what you are. If you're a Republican, a Democrat, I don't care if you support Trump or Kamala. I don't give a fuck. All I need is people to come together for one thing. It's to help women, to save women. Women! Women! Not fucking men with dicks and dresses. Women! Okay? Now, what do I think about trans? I don't fucking think about trans! I'm a fucking lady. I don't give a shit about trans. I don't give two fucks about if a person wants to be this or that or what the fuck ever, bro. But you know what? Do that shit outside the locker fucking room. You fucking men, do it out of the locker room. It doesn't fucking matter if you a woman in your fucking head. In fucking reality, you look like a fucking man to me and to every other woman, and we don't care. I just had the worst experience ever at the gym, at Gold's Gym, and I think this is probably happening at gyms across America, where like trans women are going into the women's locker room and not really caring about how women feel about it. And it's really hurtful, yo. Like, how you gonna say you want to be a woman or that you are a woman, but you don't give a fuck how women feel? Today I was naked in the locker room. I turned around and there's a man there. In boy clothes, lip gloss, standing there looking at me. I'm butt naked. So the first thing I think is maybe there's a worker in here. Maybe I missed the sign. I say the word sir to say, sir, what are you doing in here? He goes, don't fucking talk to me. I'm a woman. I have a right to be in here. Immediately, I'm fucking pissed because I'm butt naked. I feel violated. I feel like weird. Like, I don't want to deal with this, right? So the girls are walking in and they're seeing the commotion and they actually chime in and say, yo, I don't know why he's in here. He's not supposed to be in here. And then I talk to the people that work at Gold's Gym and they don't really have anything to do. They just like, oh, we can file a report about it, incident report. What the fuck is going on? Like, listen, how can you say you're a woman or you want to be a woman and you don't care how women feel? That's nothing more manly than not giving a fuck about how women feel, I'd like to think. And I get it, like, everybody has their own things, and I don't want to say that I know everything about gay rights or trans rights. I'm a lesbian. I've been a lesbian my whole life. I treat people how I want to be treated regardless of whatever their sexual orientation is or whatever they decide. So I'm not transphobic, and I'm not homophobic. I'm not straightophobic. I'm not racist. None of these things. I just believe in treating people how I want to be treated. Why do you guys think it's okay for men to be in the women's restroom? And like, when is the cutoff point? Is it like, oh, you cut off your penis, you can come in here? Why aren't women making the laws? And if you really want to fucking be safe and feel good, why don't we just make trans restrooms? Because it ain't right. The way I feel right now. And don't come into my comments about he gay, he ain't looking at you. I don't give a fuck, bro. It's about a feeling, yo. Like, if you never been a little girl who been touched or been through some shit, you won't understand that feeling. And you've never been a little girl.
And this, of course, is the transgender that she was going off about. I don't know. I would assume this is a Caucasian. It might be, it's LA, so it could be a Hispanic. It could be a person with Middle Eastern ancestry. I don't know, but it looks like a Caucasian person to me. As you can see, it's a short male with a halter top on. Very flamboyant, obviously a homosexual. But as long as he says, I'm a woman out there in California, that's the policy. And this last video clip I'm going to play is the actual confrontation that went down between her and the transgender.
How are you?
Did you tell me or not that women like to see dick?
I'm asking you a fucking question.
Exactly. Get out of the way. No. Now he knows how to be a man, right? Now he knows how to be a man. Stay out of the women's locker room. We don't want it. He needs to have his gym membership revoked for that shit. And the woman told you. He assaulted me. The girl told already. We already filed reports. No.
That's fine. I want the video.
You can't get rid of me for this. I'm a woman and I have every right to not want a man in the restroom when I'm naked. There are girls naked in there. Look at them walking in there like it's okay. It's not okay.
Okay, so you saw what she had to. You heard what she had to say. You saw the confrontation between her and the transgender, and then after the confrontation, there was a employee came and tried to calm them down. And there was, I guess, another man that was defending the black girl, the black woman. And then the transgender walked right back into the women's bathroom. And just to kind of give you guys a little bit of an update of what happened, the woman, the woman that was violated, Tish Hyman, she was escorted out by police, and so was the transgender. And she had her gym membership revoked. So she got kicked out of the gym that day and had her gym membership revoked because of this incident. And this is the law. This is policy in California. Now, I can't speak for all the other blue states, but we know California is super blue. I've been to Southern California, LA, Orange County, Riverside, San Bernardino. I've been to all those places. Love it. Beautiful state. But they don't have beautiful policy. They have terrible policy. And it's unfortunate. And I'm going to go over these few Twitter comments real quick before I wrap the video up. And she had something she wanted to say about the situation. And a couple of other people, I'll read their comments. But everybody is I'm going to say it's probably about 80-20. From what I could see, about 80% of people were backing her and saying this was not okay, this is wrong. But you have to be living under a rock to not know that this is the Democrat Party's, stance on trans. The Democrat Party is very pro-trans. They treat trans like a sacred cow, like they worship transgenders, even though transgenders only make up like 0.6% of America's population. And it's okay for a biological male with a dress on or that says I'm a woman to play in women's sports and to go in women's bathrooms. It's okay on the left. That's what they believe in. So I want to read a few of these comments from some people that responded to this incident, including Tish Hyman herself. So Tish Hyman put, Gold's Gym terminated my membership after the man was escorted out by police, then had me escorted out by officers afterwards. It was embarrassing. I left, but not before making sure everyone knew that they were allowing men in the locker room. Yes, she did make quite of a scene. She also said, I was naked, scared, and being yelled at. He called me a bitch in front of everyone. A young woman was also in the bathroom. She froze up, completely traumatized, and later thanked me for being there with her. I've been told I could lose my music career if I speak out, but I don't care. Like I said, she's a singer. I've never heard of her, never even heard none of her music, haven't even listened to none of her stuff, so I don't know if her singing is any good. Another person put, it's happening all over. It's what self-ID has led to. Any man who says the magic words, I'm a woman, can enter into any woman's private space and there's nothing we can do about it. It's approved voyeurism and exhibitionism. And the last comment I have says, that's a man leveraging laws that permit him to invade women's spaces if he says he's a woman. You have been violated and we have been fighting this exact thing for a decade. You can help turn this as you are by standing up to it. So yeah, a lot of people are supporting her, and this whole downward spiral started up under Obama when they legalized gay marriage. That was 10 years ago. It happened, I believe, in the summer of 2015. It is now the fall of 2025, and we've seen so many things unravel when it comes to the LGBTQ community. And they said they just wanted to get married. And we've seen so many things go beyond just gay marriage, right? First of all, if you're a Christian, you don't believe in gay marriage. You know that God made man and woman, and therefore God does not recognize same-sex marriage. I don't either. I believe in God, and I will not support anything such as this, which is literally called an abomination in the Bible. We remember when Obama lit the White House up with rainbow colors to celebrate the decision by the Supreme Court, even though the majority of states didn't want it. Obama had a radio interview, and he said, for me personally, it is important for me to go ahead and affirm that I think same-sex couples should be able to get married. We saw a God-ordained union between man and a woman turn upside down under the first so-called black president. This is the same party that supports abortion up until birth. Democrats' abortion on demand until birth act. Every state will be a late-term abortion state where abortions are performed until birth for any reason with no accountability or protection for women. Now, that's somebody who made that, obviously, but that was the actual position that many Democrat politicians supported when that was being pushed through for certain states. I believe currently New York and Illinois allow abortion up until birth. We have also seen the proliferation of drag queen story time, where grown men will dress up in drag and read stories to little children in taxpayer-funded libraries and local community centers, and even in some schools in some of these very liberal communities. They're giving children hormone blockers and puberty blockers because these little kids need these drugs to stop the natural puberty process from occurring, because little Timmy wants to be little Tammy now, or little Christopher wants to be little Caitlin now. Totally diabolical. Also, we see all kind of rallies supporting this stuff. These are very, very sick and twisted people, and I just don't want to be involved or stand with anybody who is willing to harm children like this. These are permanent changes they're making to these kids. A former little girl, and she's a grown woman now, her name was Chloe Cole. At the age of 15, she had a double mastectomy, both her breasts removed, out in California because she was going through what was called gender dysphoria. right? It should not have been allowed to happen. If I had my way, there would never be no such thing as gender reassignment surgery. That girl, I think she's about 21 now, but years ago in California, a so-called doctor cut off both her breasts because she said that she wanted to become a boy, and now she regrets it. Now she wants to become a mother, and she says she'll never know the feeling of breastfeeding her children when she becomes a mother. Good job, California. That's Riley Gaines. This is the most famous advocate for women's rights when it comes to, you know, pushing back against the trans community. For those of us that know, she was forced to compete against a trans woman swimmer named William Thomas, who now goes by Leah Thomas. And it was a major uproar. And of course, William Thomas, who's a biological male, defeated Riley Gaines. And as you can see in that photo right there, Riley Gaines looks just mortified that she had to split the championship with a biological male, because the NCAA, the National Collegiate Athletic Association, basically the governing authority of college sports, said it was okay for a biological man to compete against a biological woman in sports. So that's the end of the video. That's Tish Hyman. She's a lesbian, as she stated. And it's ironic that a protected group like the LGBT, she's part of the LGBT community, but yet was victimized by a member of the LGBT community. And the white liberals that black women continue to vote for en masse did not come and defend this black gay woman. So I hope that at some point black women start waking up, but we're not seeing any movement with black women and their slavish devotion to this party. The Democrat Party does not care about black people, period. I learned that a long time ago. Not saying the Republican Party is perfect, but the Republican Party is not pushing forth this demonic anti-woman policy. This is anti-woman policy. If you're born with a vagina between your legs, you are subjected to this type of policy when you go to states like California or New York or New Jersey or Illinois, Washington State, Oregon, etc., etc. This is who the left is. This is who they become. And if you still vote in blue no matter who, at this point, as a conservative, I'm washing my hands. I'll support you if you wake up and don't want to be a liberal anymore. But I think at this point, we got to start having tough love towards all liberals, because they are bringing this upon themselves by voting for this foolishness. The best way to red pill a liberal is to let them have what they want. Let them get what they're voting for, and when it comes back and bites them in the behind, maybe it'll wake them up. But that's the end of the video. Thank y'all for watching. Let me know what y'all think. I'll catch up on the next one. Peace.
Saying shit, and I'm fucking done with it. It's fucking stupid.